I've been traveling a decent amount this year, which has been amazing because I've gotten to meet so many of you beautiful people. But one question that I keep hearing again and again and again is, Jaspreet, what steps should I take right now to become wealthy in this economy? What steps should I do right now so I can become rich? What do I need to do so I can be financially free? It's the same question in different phrases. But ultimately, it doesn't matter what's going on in the economy. It's the same 5 things that you need to do. And I want to talk about that today because I really want to break down the things you need to understand if you want to become wealthy, because if you do these things, you are guaranteed to be able to build wealth and live a much freer life financially, but you have to stick with it. It's easy to understand, it's much more difficult to do, but the first thing you gotta do is you gotta earn some money. And it doesn't matter if you're doing this from a job, doesn't matter if you're doing this from a business, but you gotta start getting some money. And once you start making some money, the key is now what do you do with this money? Because the mistake that so many people make is, now when I start making this money, is I spend all this money. I go to Gucci, I go to Louis Vuitton, I go to BMW, I get a Rolex. Is now you start making some money, you gotta show it off. Right? Because I worked so hard now to start generating this income. I worked so hard to build this business. I worked so hard to get this job. I worked so hard to get this degree. I'm finally starting to make some money. I got to look the part. Well, if you do that, you're never going to become wealthy. You'll look like you're rich, but you're never actually going to become rich. If you want to really become free, the key is now you cannot spend all that money. Is you got to spend less than what you earn. Now, how much is going to really depend on you. Okay, I went extreme. I did not spend any money for a long time. I was one of those people that when I learned how money worked, when I learned about how investing worked, I stopped spending money. I was one of those people that when I made money, I would blow it. When I made money, I'd buy a new watch. When I made money, I would upgrade my car. That was how I spent money because I didn't really know what to do with my money. But when I started learning about money, when I started understanding investing, when I started understanding this concept of building wealth, I completely flipped. I went on one complete extreme. Now, you don't have to do what I did, but I went onto a complete extreme where I was making money and I wasn't spending it. When I was making $100,000 a year, I had holes in my shoes. When I was making $1 million a year, I had no bumper on my car. When I made $1 million a year for the first time, I took out about $20,000 for myself personally. The other $980,000 went back into the business or investments. So I went to one complete extreme. You don't have to go that far, but you cannot spend every dollar that you make. And what you'll understand is the more extreme you go, the more wealth you'll be able to build. And you got to decide what's the right balance for you, for your family, and for what you want to do. Then, when you stop spending all your money, the third thing you want to do is you want to save some money and invest like crazy. You need to have some savings. You want to have some savings to protect you against an emergency. You want to have some savings to be able to buy your home, to buy a car, to be able to buy the things that you want. And you want to have some savings put aside to be able to invest money when you see a good investment opportunity. If we enter a recession, if the stock market crashes, you want to have some cash that you can use to dump in and buy assets when they're cheaper. And so you want to have those savings put aside. But you also want to be investing your money like crazy. Now, where can you invest your money? You can put your money into stocks, you can put your money into real estate, you can put your money into your own business. Those are the 3 assets that have built more wealth than anything else. I invest my money in other places as well. I invest my money in startups. I have some money in cryptocurrency. I own some physical gold. But these are much smaller pieces of my portfolio. When I started investing my money outside of my business, the bulk of my investments went into stocks and real estate because those are the time-tested assets that have built more wealth than anything else over the last century. So that's where most of my investments went. Now, even deeper into that, for me, my goal has always been cash flow because I like this idea of me buying an asset and getting paid without having to sell my investment. Because the traditional investing idea is I buy this investment, I buy more of this investment, I buy more of this investment, and then when I'm 65, 67, 70 years old, it's going to be worth a couple $1 million. That's the goal for a lot of people, which is fine. But that wasn't my goal. My goal was I'm going to buy this investment, whether it's a rental property, whether it's dividend-paying stock, dividend-paying ETF, and I'm going to start generating cash flow, a little bit of cash flow. And then I'm going to buy some more so I get a little bit more cash flow. Then I buy some more so I get a little bit more cash flow. That way, every single year, I can work to increase my cash flow because now I can use this cash flow to either buy more investments that pay me with more cash flow, or I can use this cash flow to live my life. I started off this cash flow investing by investing in real estate. My first rental property paid me somewhere between $250 to $300 in profit. I give you a range because some years it would be more profit, some years it'd be a little bit less profit. But the first property paid me $250 to $300 a month in profit after all of my expenses, and that was pure cash flow. Then when I bought my second, it was another $300 or $350 a month, and on and on and on. And so now the game for me became, how can I stack the cash flow? How can I buy more rental properties? Then I learned about stock market investing. How can I buy more dividend paying ETFs? That way now I can just keep stacking the cash flow. That way I get these quarterly dividend checks from my ETFs, and I get the monthly cash flow from my rental properties. That way now this cash flow can fund my lifestyle. That way even if I spend all the cash flow that I generated this month, I'll get another cash flow check next month. But that was my investing goal. Again, I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random guy here on YouTube, but I'm telling you what the game was for me. For me, my game was not going out and buying a BMW, although I wanted a BMW. I can't tell you how many times I went onto the BMW website and I built out a 3 Series back before there was a 2 Series and a 4 Series, but there was just a 3 Series. I can't tell you how many times I went and I looked at different BMWs. But I didn't buy it because I wanted to take that money and keep investing it and keep generating the cash flow, because I knew that the BMW would make me feel cool right now. It would look nice right now, but it wouldn't build me any wealth 5 years from now. It wouldn't build me any wealth 10 years from now. It wouldn't do any real benefit or value for my family in the future, so I didn't buy it. It was tough, I know, because I wanted that BMW, but you got to figure out what's more important to you, because you don't get out of life what you want, you get out of life what you prioritize. The fourth thing that you got to do is you got to work to earn more money. Now, how do you do this? This is going to depend on you, and it's not going to be the same program for everybody else. Like with investing, it's much more kind of the same, where invest your money into stocks, invest your money into real estate. That's how you become wealthy. When it comes to earning more money, this is a big spectrum of things that you can do. For me, I work to earn more money through my own business. I have started a lot of different businesses, some of which made money, some of which were complete failures. But for me, the way that I earn more money was by, number one, investing money back into the business. So we made a profit, take the profit, put it back into the business to hire employees, to get more stuff, to get better softwares, to try new products. Or it was invest money into the business by getting a coach, getting books, buying classes. I have spent a lot of money on consultants, coaches, and classes over the last few years. I started off just by reading books, listening to audio CDs, because this is before Audible. I started off with listening to audio CDs. Then I started getting books on Audible. Then I would start buying classes. These classes would be $200 to $3,000, $4,000. Then from there, you start hiring consultants and coaches, people that are smarter than you. That way you can learn from somebody else's experience, somebody who's already done what I'm looking to do. If I'm looking to understand SEO, search engine optimization, pay somebody a little bit of money who's been doing this for 10 years so they can teach me their 10 years worth of knowledge in 6 months or 6 weeks or 6 hours, depending on whatever the program is or whatever the system is, because now I don't have to go and go through the 10 years of experience, go through the 10 years of trying. Got to be willing to invest in yourself. If you don't have your own business, that's completely fine. But you got to figure out how you can earn more money from your job. How can you provide more value at your job? How can you provide more value to your boss? How can you get a new career? How can you get a certificate to give you more earning potential? Because at the end of the day, you are limited to how much you can invest based off of how much you earn. And if you can earn more money, most people think if I earn more money, I'm gonna have a better car, I'm gonna have a bigger home, I'm gonna have better, nicer things. But if you really want to become wealthy, it's I want to earn more money, so I have more money to invest. But that's number 5. I'm not there yet. Right now, when it comes to number 4 is how can I earn more money so I have more money coming in? And that's what you got to figure out for you, is how can you work to earn more money? This is why I say it's not just how much money you make, it's what you do with the money you make that matters. And you have a lot of people that are making a lot of money. $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year. A lot of high income earners, a lot of doctors, a lot of attorneys who can make a lot of money, and then they live that doctor lifestyle. I know this because I was supposed to be a doctor, and I have a lot of friends who are doctors. And a lot of people now are in their early 30s. They're making a lot of money as a doctor, but you don't really have any wealth. You have a lot of student loans. You got a nice Range Rover. You got a nice $1 million home. You go on a couple nice vacations a year. You got some nice things, but you don't really have much wealth. You don't really have any savings. You don't really have any cash flow. You don't really have any investments. All you have is a big income source, which is dependent on you and your job. But if you stop working, you have a whole bunch of liabilities and nothing to pay for them because now you're not working. And that's unfortunately a big problem that a lot of high income earners are facing. But if you want to become wealthy, you got to earn more money strategically. That way you can use your money to become wealthy. And then as you earn more money, invest more aggressively. If you earn more money just to spend more money, you're going to do what everybody else does. And you're going to have more nice things, which looks nice today, but you're going to be broke in the future. But this is where now it is such a mental game, because as you earn more money, if you really want to become wealthy, what that means now is you take your money and you don't buy the nice things. There's a third step. There's almost like a middleman to this, which in the business world, no one likes working with middlemen. But in the investing game and building wealth game, I guess that is what you want to do, is you're making money. Then you take this money, you want to buy assets, the middleman. And then you want these assets to pay for your nice things. And you can start to see why that's so difficult, because you've already worked so hard to earn this money. And now that I've earned this money, I want to have the nice things. But if you really want to be able to have the nice things and not worry about the price, what you got to do is you got to earn the money. You take this money to buy the investments. And now you got to keep stacking the investments, because it takes a long time for these investments to buy the nice things. But you keep stacking the investments. You keep stacking the investments. You're working to earn money, you buy more investments. You earn more money, you buy more investments. And then your investments start to make you a little bit of money. And then you earn more money, you buy more investments. And now your investments start to make you a little bit more money. And you use this money to buy more investments. And then you work to earn more money. And you buy more investments. Now your investments are making you even more money, and you take this money and you buy more investments. And then you work to earn even more money. And you use this money to buy more investments. Now your investments are paying you enough to cover your expenses. Now you realize, wait, if I quit my job tomorrow, I can keep living the same lifestyle as today, not have to go to work, and be able to live my life completely financially free. Now you keep going to work because you like what you do, hopefully. And if you don't like what you do, well, now you can take a lot more choice and time to decide what it is that you want to do, but you keep going to work because you love what you do. And now you continue to get paid. And now you say, you know what, I'm going to go on a longer vacation because I can. If I get fired, no big deal. I can afford it. You know what? The boss likes me, so I'm going to go on this vacation. So now you go on a nice 2-week vacation and it doesn't break the bank. In fact, you don't even notice it because it's money that your investments made you. And now you want to go out and buy a nicer car. And now again, you don't have to really worry about how are you going to afford it, because your investments are paying you the money to do that. If you notice, the most difficult part about this is it takes that sacrifice. Because in order to do this, you got to go through the middleman. You got to go through the assets as opposed to just earning the money. And most people, you earn the money, now you feel like you earned those nice things. I earned the money, so I deserve the Gucci. I earned the money, so I deserve the BMW. I earned the money, so I deserve the Rolex. But if you really, really, really want to be able to be financially free and earn it, you got to earn the money, buy the assets. Earn the money, buy the assets, and let your assets buy these things for you. And you can start to see why that's so difficult, because number one, it's the mental game of, wait, I got to keep sacrificing? I already made all the sacrifices to earn this money. I already put in all the hours at my job. I put in the years to get this degree. I put in all the time to get this. And now I got to make more sacrifices? But that's where the real wealth is built, especially in this economic system. If you want to become wealthy, you got to own investments. What are those investments? Stocks, real estate. And again, you got to figure out how you want to get paid. I like cash flow. You don't have to follow my game. I'm just a random guy on YouTube. You got to follow what's right for you. But at the end of the day, if you can work to stack your investments, now you can let your investments pay for your life. And when you can get to that level, now you've become wealthy. And this is what every single wealthy person does. What wealthy people realize is, I want my investments to grow more than my income, because my investments can grow exponentially faster than my income can. And they might be saying, well, it's easy for wealthy people because when you have the investments, well then, yeah, now it's much easier for you. And you're right. When you become wealthy, when you become financially free, it becomes a whole lot easier because now you have more options. But every single person has to go through the same steps to get there. Sure, for some people, it's easier than others. Some people get $1 million loans to get started. Some people get millions of dollars given to them. Some people have it a lot easier than others. But guess what? That doesn't matter, because that doesn't affect you. So instead of comparing yourself to other people, how about you figure out how you can do it? Because at the end of the day, it's the same system. Figure out how to earn some money. Your own job, your business, doesn't matter. You gotta spend less of what you earn. You invest that money. Once you start investing the money, you understand the financial education side. Now you work to earn more money. Now as you work to earn more money, you have more money sitting there. You want to take this money and you want to invest it even more aggressively. That way you have more money going to build you wealth instead of making everybody else rich. Now, as you have the investments, now you can start living your life the way that you want, and you can buy whatever nice things, buy whatever dumb things, buy whatever luxury and expensive things, not have to worry about the price because you put in the time, you put in the sacrifice. And this is why I call it a decade of sacrifice, because this is not going to happen overnight. You can work to increase your income rather quickly. I mean, in a few years. If you were to get a new certificate, you could get a whole new career and earn a lot more money. In a few years, you could build a business to earn a decent amount of money. Yes, it takes a lot of time over those years, but you can make a lot of money in 5 years if you were to dedicate yourself to a new career. But if you really want to build wealth, You got to be aggressive now to earn the money, stay disciplined not to spend the money, take the money, put it into investments, give investments time to grow, give investments the patience to generate the income, and then once that happens, now you take that money and start investing it. So you can start to see why it's so much more difficult, because it takes the financial education and it takes the discipline and it takes the time, which is why most people will not do it. But if you want to become wealthy, these are the steps. There's no secret sauce to this. This is spending less than what you earn and investing the difference and putting in the time and the patience and the decade of sacrifice. Now, of course, yes, you can make smarter decisions if you're understanding what's happening in the markets. I mean, you can invest in your financial education to make better investments. You can invest in your financial education to understand how to invest your money to get better returns. You can invest in your financial education to know how to do it better, which is absolutely something that can help you significantly. Because as you invest more money, the better returns you can get, the more your money can grow, the wealthier you can become, and the sooner you can get there. But you can't bypass the process. Now, if you want to stay up to date on what's happening in the financial news, when it's happening, I have a free resource for you. It's called Market Briefs. Market Briefs is a product that my team at Briefs Media puts together. It's a free newsletter. Every day my team's working to break down what's happening in things like the economy, the housing market, the stock market, crypto, and the global economy into a fun, witty, and easy to read newsletter. You can read Market Briefs in less than 5 minutes every morning, and it's completely free. So if you haven't joined Market Briefs yet, I got the link for you down in the description below. We're going to go to briefs.co/market. That's briefs.co/market. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these steps, number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, are you struggling with the most? I'm interested to hear from you, so hopefully we can work to create more content to help you with that. So let me know which of these steps you're struggling with the most, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. You have to believe that you can become wealthy. And if this is something that you struggle with, if you are constantly thinking, man, it's so easy for them, man, this person had it so easy, man, I wish I had that, what you need to do is go out and read some personal development books. Go listen to Tony Robbins. Go listen to personal development podcasts. Go invest in your own self-education, your personal development before you do anything else.